Well, when I came to the club, I was really worried. And we had a long discussion about what we need and what we don't need, and you know, it's and that doesn't. I came in 2 weeks before the start of the season. I missed a lot of the main part of the training, the pre-season, and I looked at the team. I thought, sure, and we didn't start off too great. We drew and we lost, and we drew and we lost, but I knew, you know what you need, what you don't need. You know what I mean? Where to get them, how to get them is another problem. And once we got our team settled, I thought, I think there's a little bit more that we can achieve with the team, and I think with a few additions, we can be nice and competitive. That's all I can say. And we need to. The league is very competitive. I think the teams are so close from bottom to, well, not the top, but certainly the second to the 16 team is very close. And I think anybody can win on a given day. So we need to get ourselves sorted. And there's a lot of, now the real work starts for me and obviously the board and that,
Coach,
And we'll see.
just a word on Tyson, obviously winning a big award today. A lot of people said he was also finished.
Well, the happiest man in the room was me, because everybody told me he's finished. Everybody told me he's done. Centre halves for me only mature. The best centre halves in the world are between 34 and 36, 37, and he's 31. He's achieved a lot with me personally, before, and I knew if I get him playing to his strengths, I think he can achieve a lot. And for this year, I think he missed a lot in terms of scoring, but maybe the service wasn't as good. But those are, we're talking real football specifics. But I think what he's done for us this year is he's given us what I know he can give us, and I think he can only get better. And and he proved me right. I just maybe need to get Butler back as well. Then we got a real combination.
And third, are you satisfied with that, or could it be better?
The season, you ask any coach anywhere in the world, even when they win the leagues, wherever they are, they're going to be better. I think the sad part about it is we had real great opportunity to make the Champions League, and I think with 5 games to go, 6 games to go, we should have done it, and we didn't. So it's a bit, but I mean, where we were, and when I came in the first day and looked at what the squad and how we used the squad, I think it's okay. But the most important thing in football is how can you get better. I mean, even the best teams in the world, Man City, how can he get better? Can they get better? Yes, they can. I'm sure they can. And I think that's the most important thing with us. Not to be don't set the goals too high, but how can we get better and try and improve? And that's my job.
How are you looking for next season, Coach, in terms of?
We're looking thin because obviously, your player of the year, player of the year isn't ours really, is he? And so there's a lot of, between the board and myself, as I said, our work starts now. Well, it started a long time ago, and we have to. We're not in a situation like our counterparts that, can do things. We've got to do it within our constraints of what we pay and what we don't pay. So, it's going to be.
Who's definitely leaving? Besides DT.
All
Is there a chance you can keep on?
Yeah, well, I'm trying. So there's a lot of loan players. So Gosh, he's got another year on the deal with Ron. When Ron went that way, we signed a 2-year deal, which, but the Tabangs, the Grants, there's a lot of players at the end of their contracts already. So there's going to be a serious discussion going forward about players. What are we going to do?
Incoming Bumbudzai, is he the only signing confirmed?
Confirmed, yeah. There is certainly 1 or 2, but I think I can't make those statements. It's not for me to go there. I'm sure you're chomping at the bit to hear who they are. I know who they are, but yeah.
The DDC players?
Well, the DDC. So as I said tonight in the thing, I think the DDC players start on a clean slate. They start at the bottom of the ladder with me. You've got all the blitz and glory. Let them have the night of fun tonight, but they start at the bottom, and they got to prove themselves. It's a big jump. The good thing is that it was started before my time with Katana and that. They brought them in, trained with them. So I see them every day, well, most days, train with them, invite them in. And what I've done is trying to have a friendly every week, mixing our 2 teams, mine and them. And then we look at them, and I've got a great idea who and where, and and some of them might not be able to, you can't take everybody. Youth development, you cannot take everybody. I mean, we took a lot this year. They played a lot at the beginning, and then obviously, we sort of got our team sorted. But, boys like Chandre, huge potential, but potential means nothing if they're not prepared to do the way we want to do it, and we'll take it from there. So there's a couple of good ones. As a team, they were magnificent. Tabu and Roscoe and I, they daily with me every single day. So we talk every single day about how and what, and you got to commend them. But and they've changed the way we are with the first team, what we want, and I've told them that, and the rest is history.
Coach Nange is available for free. Is a player that
Do you know how many players available? When players are available, are they good enough? So yeah, obviously. All those players I had, you look how well they're doing in the leagues. Even the ones that left here before me, I came back here. So there's a lot of players that, is available. I know what we need, but I can't have everything, can I? As a coach, you've got to bet or play in the confines of what's we can do, can't.
Coach, I know Fumzai is coming in, but
Who?
how do you replace Titi?
Well, you won't replace him. You never replace him. But he's obviously a left-footed central, left side defender. So hopefully, we're going to try and make a plan. But he's one. Yeah, we certainly need a few. We don't want to. You know what happened to SuperSport the last time they were in the Confed Cup final, almost got relegated. Gallants go to semi-final. We can't. You got to be careful. Besides the top three teams, to go in that space is very difficult. Very difficult. If you don't have one or two, especially central defenders, because you need to rotate there. Because when you play in Africa, you need a helmet, my friend. You're gonna hit it.
I wanted to ask about that. That's the reason why a lot of people. I mean, when you were at Wits, you said the same thing. You can't go compete in Africa and forget your.
Well, when I was Wits, we were trying to win the domestic first. SuperSport have won pretty much everything, but I think there's a big chance because I think if you go and you get through, you can get through. Look at Galants. They got to this. You can get through. I'm telling you. Even Sundowns, you can get through. With Chiefs or the semi-final, you can get through, but you can't not neglect your domestic because that's, and obviously the travel. I mean, but all all those things. I mean, I'm not going to go there. But you need a squad. You need two defenders to replace. So when you come back, they've been looking in the sky in Nigeria. We need to play on Tuesday. And Maruma obviously only, there's a downfall. Played 12, 13 players, same players. It's gonna go. It's gonna go.
That's obviously now the Wits status officially gone.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started. All you did was weaken the league, my friend. You weakened the league. That's all that happened.
I think there's more than 10 teams in the PSL at the moment that's under 10 years old. What do you think about that?
I mean, I've got my views about. I think football in South Africa needs a reboot from everything, from playing squads to being too big, playing squads smaller to grounds having to stay at one ground to. It needs a reboot. I think it does. It needs this name change thing as well. You cannot be doing it. If you buy a franchise, you must stay there and you must name whatever the name is. Like if it's Celtic, you can't become Royal AM. You need to stay Celtic. If it's Wits, you must stay at Wits and say Wits University. So because people associate themselves with names, brands. When you start changing, I mean, where does Galants play? You don't know where they play? Where they come from? Where? So I think I think it needs a big reboot, and I think if you do that, and I also say, don't always say this is the problem. Let's get solutions. Let's find a way. Let's put our heads together and take the game. Let's take the game again. I mean, when the PSL started with this, this new sponsorship with MultiChoice, was like a reboot. Sometimes you need to keep doing it. I don't know. Let's see.
Okay.